Let me transfer you.
Switch to Farm Bureau Insurance today and get real service instead of getting really tangled up. For auto, home, life, and health, get the membership advantage. Get Farm Bureau Insurance.
Yeah, it's a good win for us. Every conference game, every conference win is very, very big. I thought that we had stretches where we played really, really, really well, both on offense and defense, and stretches where we weren't necessarily as good. Mostly showed up on a defensive rebounding side of things. But we were good enough and poised enough to come through and play well for long enough stretches to win the game. So we're very pleased. LaSalle is a very, very good team, and to be able to get this win today is great for our guys and good for us as we move forward. I think we've added some of our own size and quickness and strength. That's probably the biggest thing. We have guys like Justin and Darius, Ryan Butler, David, Smitty, Francis. I mean, we have guys who are physical and fast and strong too, and I think that's probably where it's been mostly neutralized. Again, I think it wasn't our best defensive effort today, but I do think at key times we're able to get stops, and that's probably been the most common thread through our season is that defensively we're pretty good, and especially I think when Darius is out there, he adds a little bit something different and makes us even that much better defensively. Well, Kevin is truly a great player, and you're right. When they went man to man, we wanted to make sure that he had the ball and was initiating our offense, and the ball found its way back to him, and he made some big time plays. And he's he's done that for 3 years now, and it's almost his responsibility as turning out. So Kevin was terrific again, and he's sick. He's playing a lot of minutes, and again I thought he played great. Rodney is a great player. I mean he is. I'm going to be interested to see what he does, as far as the next level is concerned, because he's so strong and so under control. And the beginning and the middle of the end of the scouting report was about Rodney. So we tried very hard and wanted to be aware of him all the time, and we weren't perfect, but certainly I think we did a good job on him.
Well, I guess our main focus was just to remain tight. They're on offense. Their main focus is to kind of spread us out. Try to get some isolations for Rodney Green and stuff. And our main focus, we were working on it in practice. The guy that has the last guy in the corner, just be in. Make sure you're always helping. And the help side defense was pretty great tonight.
Well, the guys that are out are really good players, and what's difficult about guarding the guys who are out is they can do a little bit of everything. They can slash a little bit. They're good three-point shooters, and so they are short-handed, and that makes it difficult on them. Now Murray does make up for a lot of that because he's going to be an outstanding player. But yeah, I think when those guys are in there, they're kind of explosive on offense. I think when they're out, maybe more and more responsibility falls on Rodney, and then Eric, who's just a freshman, makes it a little bit more difficult for them. Darian was great. Our most important recruiting area is Richmond, Virginia, and Darian's been playing great, and I thought he was terrific today. When he came in, he was assertive, he was aggressive, he had energy, and boy, he was terrific. I hope that's a little bit of a sign of things to come, and hopefully we can continue to get him minutes because I think he's going to be a very good player. I guess it could be. I think though today, if we make foul shots at the end, then maybe it gets to it might get to a 10, 12 point margin of victory. So I think games. It was a tight game, but it could have appeared that it was a 12-point win. You know what I mean? So if that's the way it is, then that's the way it is. We feel like we're veteran enough to be able to handle that, and we'll just see how it goes moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. They was posting me up all game, and of course that's a mismatch. So when they went man, they're 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". I was looking for my mismatch, and I found one at the end, and I finished. So it worked out for me. It worked out for the team. I think it's our defense. Once we started rebounding, they came back. I think they had 8 straight points on their rebounding. And once we started rebounding and being tough on the inside, on the glass, on defense end, we broke away. We got a couple of points here and there on the offensive end. And like I said, our defense just pulled it out, and we won the game. Darian we all knew Darian could play like that. Whenever he gets in the game, he's so aggressive, and he scores right away. His pull-up is great. I mean, he can drive to the hole. He's explosive. And we're expecting big things from him. I know every night if he gets in the game, he can do the same thing he did and have the same impact that he did on the game. He's so hard to guard. He's so fast, quick. And his shot, I mean, his pull-up is really nice. It always goes in. So, I mean, he's tough to guard, and he's going to help the team out a lot.
I really give Richmond the credit for that. They're a wonderful offensive team. They make the right pass. They're wonderfully coached. They probably don't change a lot. These veteran players have probably been playing with the same concepts for a long time, so that it's almost impossible to make them uncomfortable with anything you do defensively. And because they're veteran, even the situation doesn't make them uncomfortable. I mean, they're just skilled veteran players that make good decisions. And, sometimes they miss shots because everyone does. But, it's hard to force them into bad situations. I give them credit. I love Rodney Green tremendously as a player. Obviously, I do as a person, but as a player, he's tremendous. And today was just not one of his better games, and Richmond had a lot to do with that. Their length, their switching, they play a tough defense to go up against, and we rely on Rodney so much. And frankly, the reason we've been winning lately is because Rodney's been spectacular. And I don't care if you go back to Michael Jordan or if it's Kevin Anderson or whoever it is. If your best player has an off night, which happens to all of them, it can make it hard on a team like ours.